Hi everyone, this is Mary with Ocean Breeze and Me, and this is going to be a how-to video. I know many of us have garages and outside lights, and we have fixtures on the outside light. Sometimes we get bored with them and we would like new ones. So let me give you a little tip down here and show you that this is an outside light fixture that would have been over the light this way, and it would have hung down as such. Well, my neighbor brought them over and said, I don't know if there's anything you can do with them, but we know you like to craft, so here you go. So first, so that you wouldn't have to sit and watch, I painted everything black. Then I'm sitting here and I was looking at it and thinking, okay, something definitely needs to go inside, but something has to be done on the outside. So, mini lights. Let me lay it down here a second. If you do it right, string them through. Let me show you, there are little holes right there. And you can thread it through. Thread it through, wind it, wrap it around, drop it down the other side, and keep going until you have it completely all wired up. The tea light, I have it fastened, well, not glued, but there's a little plastic piece under here, and it fits under there very nicely, so it won't go anywhere. So now the next thing we need to do is to put a base on it. And this is going to work. It almost reminds me of a jar. And the round that I have fits perfectly. All it just needs to be is painted. I haven't quite decided what color I want to paint it, because we are going to also put a tree in the center. I have a very crooked Christmas tree for some reason, but it will fit over and the wood round will attach. So let's go ahead and paint our wood round. I don't know that I necessarily want it black, but that's what I'm going to do. So let's get us some black paint. I'm going to put some paper towels down here because I am most definitely a sloppy painter. We'll move our little tree out of the way. But keep in mind of little things that you get at Christmas, especially when it comes to kids. They get little Christmassy type of toys maybe in their stockings, things to hold on to as they grow up, or, you know, they get bored with them, push it aside, grab it, and tuck it away. This, unfortunately, is too big, but how cute would that have been inside? So just something to think about. So we're going to give this a coat of black, and really painting it all, and you're going to hardly see it anyway. I'll show you what I'm going to do with the tree, and I'm not going to do a lot with the tree. Sometimes less is more, as I think we all know. And if it wouldn't have been for our neighbor bringing this over to me, I might not have even thought about it, but his wife thought about it. Don't throw it away, take it across the street, see what you can do with it. And you know, that's all it took off of the garage, and it looks completely different. So, excuse me for the noise, but we're going to go ahead and dry this side real quick. Shouldn't take too awfully long. Blue strings, always blue strings. And we'll flip it over and do the back side as well. I know it may seem early to start Christmas, but if you are a crafter or creator, you like to do some of your own gifts, or it's just time to get going. Maybe you have a new theme this year. And something this size is not going to take up much space. Tucked away in a little corner with the nice little tree and the lights would be perfect. Okay. I do think I'm going to go ahead and make sure my sides are done. I'm going to sit this kind of off a little bit so you don't forget the inspiration for what we're doing, which is an outside light fixture. I just want to make sure that the edges are done. So it looks more like a finished piece. Looks pretty good. All right. This gets hot. There are so many ideas for something like that. I mean, you could do little tiny cardboard pieces and wrap them up and make them look like packages and stack them. That would be so cute. These you can find, I believe, in your dollar store. They look like snowmen. Make a snowman, too. Or put a snowman in a little tree. Okay, let me get this closed up. Alrighty, so I'm going to move that out of the way for a moment. Oh, wonderful. I didn't know I had some. Just got to find the rest. There it is, sitting right there in front of me. This is diamond dust. Not one of my favorite things to use. It can definitely can cut your fingers. So I think I'm going to grab a little bit of my Pentart heavy body gel, and I'm going to use it with my finger and just take it over the tree. Pentart, the heavy body gel, will actually dry clear, so if there's any blotches, of course the tree has snow on it also, but if there's any blotches, it'll dry and you won't see it. And then what I want to do is just kind of roll the tree in the diamond dust, and I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there's a little bit. Now I won't be putting a star or a bow on the top because it just touches the top of the globe. So let's roll and see what we have covered. You have to be super careful with your fingers because it will stick right to you. I'm trying very hard not to pick it up and put it over the tree. I got a stubborn, oh, maybe not. There we go. Just needed to be a little more heavy-handed with my body gel. I might need more diamond dust. That could also be. That helped. Imagine that. What I don't want to do is this with my fingers to get anything off, because if there's diamond dust on there, it will cut. So it looks like you can see a little bit like we've got it covered. So I'm just going to set it down and take this paper towel, because our little disc is dry, and get that glue off of my fingers. Put that away. And whoop. I don't think I want to dry it with the heat tool, because I'm afraid it might take some of the diamond dust off. Okay. Yeah. We still have to decorate on the outside. So let me I think that's pretty much in the center. I don't know why it wants to lean. I think we're good. And we're gonna check it out. As you can see, it fits. So I am going to, think I will put the hot glue around the wood disc and then sorry for the barking. I have 2 dogs. And let anybody walk by. Let there be a package delivered. I would not have to have security whatsoever. I've got it. Okay. Now let's see. Perfect. Perfect fit. How about that? Right there is the light switch. The tree seems to be stationary. I'm looking around here for where I can turn the lights on. Okay. So, I don't know. We'll see how it progresses. I think it's kind of low. It's a little hard for you to see. I don't know if it'll, I don't know if this will. There we go. I think that might be a little better for you because we're going to work with some greens. I had 2 kinds out. This I think might be, let me put it around this way, a little too chunky, which means what it's going to do is cover the tree. We don't want it to cover the tree. So I have, I guess in the gardening profession, you would call this Leland. And that is a little flatter, and you still have the opportunity to see your tree. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a few pieces, kind of get an idea of how it looks. Oh, my goodness. There we go. And then we can glue it in place. Like I said, it's amazing sometimes what things you can use. Oops. So like I said, they're not glued. I'm going around, kind of want to go around the outside first. We could put a few things up here, but if we put too much down the sides, here again, tree is going to be gone. You won't see it. So we don't want that to happen. What I'm using is, this is a whole bundle of different kinds of greens, which I've got at Walmart. And I'm thinking what I have here will probably get me pretty much through the whole season, which I'm hoping. So let me slide that back a little bit. So there we have the bottom of it covered. I have some kind of dried, oh, whoops. Like it looks like it might be a cranberry or something. I'm not really sure. But just to add a little bit of, let me show you here, turn it around. Festive, we can use these. But we can always use, which I didn't grab. Where did I go with them? Well, give me, there they are. Excuse me just a minute. Red berries. Red berries would probably be more pronounced. And I'll tell you another thing you can use. If I grabbed it when it's sitting underneath all of this. But this is something that I don't think I grabbed it. I learned it quite a few years ago. When you're going out thrifting, look at, now I won't be able to remember the name, potpourri. They will sell it for hardly anything. And for me, it doesn't need to smell because I have allergies, but different kinds of potpourri, depending on the size of it, you can use it in arranging. You can do it with wreaths, you can do it with arrangement, using pieces of the potpourri. And it turns out so pretty, and it doesn't smell of whatever it was you were using. Now, I also have, sitting over here, a candle ring, which I just got, and I have not used anything off of this yet, but I'm going to take a little bit here and see what happens. I'm just putting it in. I haven't glued anything, you can tell. Now that will be pretty. Just soft. I don't think I'll even use the other berries. This is just so nice and soft, and it's not overbearing, which is perfect. I think these might be just a little bit too much, but of course it's your own taste. It's whatever you find that you like. I think I'm sitting a little, my stand here is a little lopsided. I'm just going to throw in a couple pieces and see what it looks like. And then maybe we can get to gluing things down. So we've made this, the Christmas tree, the center of an arrangement. With some decorative berries on around the outside. Now we do have up here, get rid of these. Come back here. I moved that all over the place. If we're going to use what I call Leland, it would definitely have to be smaller pieces because you don't want it draping. I'm losing everything. You don't want it draping and covering what you have in here. And can you imagine what this will look like at nighttime? I think it would be pretty. As like I said, everything is falling. So I really need to get gluing. Let me see. Need another piece of Leyland, which I think something along that line, and maybe some berries. Okay, let's start. My cushion's moving. Let's start gluing. I'm going to start here in the back. And then I'll spin it around so you can see. And I might put a little bit of hot glue close to the edge so that it, excuse me, so that it stays there. So we're going to do our Leland first. Maybe I'll put that one out first. That'll work. Kind of don't want the just the stem sticking out. There. Oops. Keep sliding it off. It's a ribbon, used ribbon thing. And if I have corners like right here, now we are putting berries, but I can always cut a little more of the imitation Leland and put it there. Didn't get that down there. isn't sticking too well. Okay. Whoop. Glue strings. So there we have it all the way around. So let's work on placing some of these berries. That's the one I was fighting so much, and now I want to move it. Makes no sense. Don't like that one. Let's try the little one. Don't like that one either. There we go. Oh, gee. Oh my goodness. Cut another one. Just cut another one. End up with that hot glue going on my leg if I'm not careful. That stem actually looks like it's cut, but it's not. I'm going to get another little piece of Leland that we were going to put at the top. We're going to keep adding our Christmas goodies. Now I'm starting to get picky, excuse me, on what I want. I could very easily put some of these in and might turn around and change it. So now you're starting to see the berries. They have with this is these stems that are like incomplete. They're not cut, but to me they almost look like they are. I'm not sure I like that. That's what's driving me a little bonkers. I don't like something to look like it's not finished. And there that little devil stands looking right out. Let's see what if we break this like so. And you just have to play until you find what you like. We all have our different ideas of what we like. That works. So I kind of took this one and cut it apart. I think I like that a little better. There. Oops. I'm going to spin it right off of there. Now, in some cases, I think I could definitely get rid of a lot of the green part and just kind of work with the berries. And hopefully I won't burn my fingers. Just kind of tuck things. One down. I'm so afraid of getting burnt. Oh, no. I'll be picking up berries. Oh, you know what? Is it there? Yeah. The light, one of the little bulbs was reflecting and I thought it was the glue. It wasn't. That's why they kept rolling off. Excuse me while I grab a drink. Like I said, there is nothing at the top of the tree because it would have rubbed. So hopefully when it's in the dark, and if that doesn't work, I mean, I could take the bottom off. All I'd need to do is just use a little, take my heat tool and melt the bottom off and try to get something on the top of the tree. But the biggest part of it is the fact that it's a great idea. Great idea. Just something to think about when you're getting ready to change out your light fixtures. How can I use them? Another little part of Leland, I believe. And you could create your own ideas of what you would like to have around your base. Doesn't have to be my idea. Maybe you'd rather do stars or, you know, crystal, diamond sequins, you know, that kind of thing. Maybe that's what you would like to do with yours. All of our tastes are different. I could have changed the color of this very easily too, but I decided to keep it, keep it black. With the idea of putting the lights on, I kind of thought maybe it would reflect a little better. I do need some berries over here. And we do need to do a little bit of something on the top. And then I can continue to play with this, add whatever. And you will find this video on YouTube. And I am Ocean Breeze and me. And I would love for you to come say hi. Okay. All right. Let's take a look. Also, pine cones. Now, I don't have, at this point, I don't have tiny pine cones. On this, let me bring my camera around. On this, hello, there, you can see it. There's little pine cones. That's on the big greens, and they're in there to stay. They've got them wired. Okay, so we're going to go for some Leland again. And here, if, you know, I can put a bow. If you like bows. What we'll do is we'll do it this way first. Because as I said, the more I'm talking bow, the more I'm thinking bow. I'm not a big bow girl. Okay, I'm going to go with my first. I'm going to do some Leland. But you all know we all have options. We can do what we'd like. Oops. Down we went. You could make it, this would even be cute as Grinch. Put little Grinch inside, or his hand. How cute. And the biggest expense was nothing to use. You bought them already. Why throw them away? Okay. Trying to stay away from my hot glue gun. It's sitting right here beside me. Last week I put my arm on it. Not a good idea at all. So sorry. Sassy dogs. Whoop. Pushed too hard. And it stuck to me. Stop. Thank you. Okay, there's our little greens around the top. Back to the berries. Too many things in my hand. We are wobbling now. Plus glue strings, you all know what that's like. Be kind. Okay. So I'll just show you what we've got around the top. And I'm going to take it down off of here and set it back a little bit. And I will continue to work on it, but I know you all have the idea. So there we go. How to convert an outside door or an outside light cover to a Christmas ornament. So I sure hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, you'll find me on TikTok. Thank you.